When you're picking out glaze for your project, you've got a couple things that you need to keep in mind. The first thing is, do you have a design that you don't want to cover up? So this is a design that I've created. It's not glazed yet. You could also look at your Sgraffito or Mishima, or this is your Sgraffito. If you have a design that you don't want to cover up, you're going to be choosing a clear glaze, and what that clear glaze will do is it will cover your design and seal it so it's nice and shiny, so you'll be able to drink out of it and all that fun stuff, but you'll still be able to see all the way through to the base. So that's kind of the use for glaze or clear glaze. If you've got something like my box where the whole thing really has designs that I don't want to cover up, I can use clear glaze. I can also use something called a Celadon glaze. So they have a C dash when you go to pick them out, and they are transparent. So this is orange underneath this yellow, and so it's going to tint your piece a little bit, but it won't cover the whole thing to the point where you can't see it. So this is orange underglaze and then the Celadon right over top. So you can choose a Celadon glaze. So clear, Celadon. If you've got a spot where you're going to put clear glaze and then the rest of it doesn't really have a design on it, you can choose any glaze to go with it. So I would maybe look at some of the Potter's Choice glazes. They're called the PC glazes, and they'll give you really cool and unexpected results. So this is a layering of two glazes over top of each other. And notice it has lots and lots of movement. It has lots of color variation, and it just looks really, really cool. So these are kind of some choices that you have. If you want to go with clear, you can all the way, especially if you've got designs. I would recommend going with clear for your designs. And then if you've just got texture, you could choose a sort of Celadon glaze that won't cover it all the way. And then if you've just got some plain areas that you want to add interest to, think about using those opaque Potter's Choice glazes, the PC glazes. You could look at some overlapping of the glazes too, which can be really cool. This is a nice job of a student who overlapped glaze. So this is a glaze on the bottom and a glaze on the top, and she kind of let it drip down, which kind of just gives it a really cool effect. So having two glazes on your piece is not absolutely necessary, but it can be really cool. And what I like to do is when I have my pieces, I actually write down what I'm going to do on like either a sticky note, or you're going to have a glaze chart in your kit. And this is something I would kind of look at and start to kind of plan out what I'm going to need for which projects.